Hello, it's me, Gren, and I like to talk about things in a semi-intellectual, not really intellectual, but an artistic, uh, standpoint. I like to rant about stuff, and I saw that Blockbound had recently released their redesign of Herobrine, and well, I have some thoughts, and I guess to get it out of the way, um, I won't I won't be getting into like should they like get the should they like do this whole thing, because I understand where they're coming from, because while some people are saying uh because like this whole discussion and this redesign, all of it started because of copyright issues, and to prevent that from happening in the first place. And I feel like a lot of the discourse has just been overflooded by like kids, teens, people who don't know better. And yeah, um it makes sense. It's a Roblox game after all, but I feel like a lot of this, there's a lot of positive reinforcement going on, and a lot of like, oh, why would you redesign this? The OG design was better. Bring back OG Herobrine, blah 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 blah. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter here. I feel like my main issue with the Blockbound redesign is that it does not feel like Herobrine. It feels too cluttered. It's too much. A lot of the design, you once you look at it, it feels a lot like there's a lot of positive reinforcement going on, like where everybody's saying yes, yes, that looks clean. That sort of discussion. And I feel like I feel like what the I feel like there needs to be at some point where they need to reel back the design to something that feels more cohesive, because the main thing with this design is that it does not feel cohesive. It feels all over the place. There's a ton of ideas going on, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So let's get into it, shall we? Now, looking at like the design, the main issue with it is that with the visual overhaul is that it it's too much. It's pulling so far ahead of the spectrum, because like what they're going for here is to pull the Steve, like pull Herobrine far enough away from Steve that it doesn't look like an official product. It doesn't look like something it doesn't look like Steve. So it's because like the main thing with Herobrine is it's Steve with white eyes. That's the issue here. And yeah, that's gonna be the main issue with discussing like and creating stuff with Herobrine. Um, the thing with this design though is that it feels like they're pulling away from all the way from the other end, where it doesn't feel like Herobrine other than the white eyes. Because the main thing that we really think of with Herobrine is he's a part of this world. He's the other player, where the main discussion with him is that, or the main like thing that makes Herobrine creepy is because he's a player. He's a player in the overworld. He's natural. He's just there. Well, but this design makes him feel like he's from the Nether, which makes sense with the idea because that of his like spawning ritual, since that involves gold and netherrack, in which this has a lot of red and some gold like embeddings all over him. Um, but the main issue here is that it's too much. You're making it seem like you're wanting to make him look like someone from the Nether. This looks like a skin, not like his base design. I would personally reel it back to like his core principles as like this idea of the legend, the the other player in the overworld, where he's meant to feel like a sort of wanderer of sorts, maybe some sort of stalker. That's what, because that's kind of the main draw of Herobrine, where he's meant to have like this um this imposing aura as like another player in your single player world. He's meant to feel like he's natural but uncanny. He's meant to feel like a stranger within in this unexplored world, where he's meant to feel unnatural. He's meant to feel like like an imposter, something wearing the flesh of you, where he looks identical but not at the same time. There's something wrong with Herobrine, and it's more than just the white eyes. It's more than just white eyes. You can make like many like changes here to make it feel like Herobrine without making him like just Steve. So, for instance, I like the idea of the cloak. I love the idea of the cloak because again, wanderer in the fog. He doesn't have he because Herobrine as the legend doesn't have like a home. It doesn't have, and people like in stories you can change the story, but what they're setting up here is that he's the legend. He's the man in the fog, you know. And I love the idea of like him having more unkempt hair and like the patch, this gray patch on his face that's like that has the colors of the creaking. I like the idea of like him having more baggy clothes, maybe a bit too much, where he looks like Deku almost. Um, but like I like the ideas here. I love the ideas here. It's just that they've pushed it a bit too far in the other direction. Can they make this work without just making it Steve? They can make the cloak black. They can make it a bit more turquoise, maybe a bit more darker blue of the shirt. Um, and I'm okay with the pants, but like everything else, like I feel like it needs to be reeled back and then maybe pull back the hood, because even in the render, I feel like the hood is doing a bit too much, especially with that arm, the with weird split arm thing. And but like that's my opinion. Um, again, but no matter what I'll say here, this is the dev's decision. This is just like an artistic like brain thought, brain blast. Like a bit of criticism, but like it's just I I'm not a part of the dev team, so I can't influence this change. I can't I can't I can't just divert resources or whatever they, because like the that group, the dev team are still people, and if that's their choice, and them sticking to the guidelines of what Minecraft and Mojang chooses to do with other like fan works, products, stuff like that. That's fine. It's fine. The design is fine. That's the big takeaway. The design itself, it's fine for what it's meant to do. It's meant to divert Herobrine from being just Steve with white eyes, to avoid copyright issues, and that's that. I do have issues with the design. Like, again, there's too much going on here. It feels a bit it feels a bit like this color palette is meant to be more vibrant, while I feel like taking away making it red kind of ruins the silhouette, but that doesn't matter. Um, I I am still excited of what the dev team will will pump out, and eventually the once the game releases, I'm sure it'll be it'll be great. It'll be it'll be amazing. Um, and I do think that there's other ways for them to make sure that this is not an official product, which, like, you're putting Grox in. Of course it's not an official product, but there's other ways to ensure that block to basically say that Blockbound is not an official product of Mojang. There's more ways to do it. But again, that's just me. This has been a rant. Thank you so much for listening to me rant about a Roblox game that hasn't even been released. And yeah, see ya.